I mean, we think about our business as a very global business. 95% of our customers are non-U.S. customers. About 40% of our business is in the Asia-Pacific region in terms of payment flows. And again, our customers, Ripple, the company, our customers are banks, financial institutions, payment providers. We use the XRP ledger, and we use the token XRP to kind of facilitate these transactions. Some people get confused about which is which, but Ripple, the company, our customers are all these banks and financial institutions.
So you've said before that you think there's a world where Ripple could take over SWIFT.
Well, I've also said I thought there was ways we could work with SWIFT. As compared to the United States, which has really been behind, certainly Japan and the UK and behind Switzerland. So a lot of countries are leading, and Japan has been in many ways one. That's not to say they haven't been conservative about the regulation, but I think that can be really healthy. As long as there's clear rules of the road, entrepreneurs will work within them.
So if you're imagining a stable coin in Japan, what's the time frame?
Well, I think right now, Ripple in particular is focused on let's get live with the US dollar stablecoin. But I think there will be, people will want to hold yen stablecoins, and I think that's only a matter of time. And I think the regulators here in Japan, again, about a year ago, passed some legislation around that, and there's some companies going through the licensing process right now to get live.
A lot of the companies that are involved in this space in Japan are larger corporations. Is that sort of a concern, not having the smaller, innovative guys take the lead?
Well, I think what you're seeing is some of the bigger guys partnering with the smaller innovative companies. Ripple, way back in 2016, partnered with SBI, one of the largest and most successful banking conglomerates here, and really across a lot of financial services here in Japan. And that's been a really successful partnership for us and for them. So we feel like it makes sense when you enter some of these markets to partner with some of the bigger guys. And that's true in Korea, that's true in Japan. Depending on what market you go into, we try to figure out what's the best way to enter.
Especially here in Japan, we've talked about regulation being a bit more clear, but also the government has been very active in setting those regulations. At the same time, we're headed towards a presidential election for the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. Do you have any views on the potential that this market could change?
Well, actually, while I've been here in Japan, I've met with regulators, I've met with the FSA, I've met with elected representatives, and what I've heard consistently is a desire to lean into these technologies. I think the environment here from a macro point of view has been very pro-innovation, and this helps create job growth. It helps, even getting the economy kind of jump-started. And what has been a little bit deflationary, I think some of these assets can actually be used to address that and provide some balance in how pricing across different jurisdictions occurs.
You're even encouraged as an outsider because some of these markets in Asia can tend to be very insular.
Yeah, I think historically that's been my impression. I will tell you, I have felt incredibly warm welcomes across the board, with the FSA, with elected representatives. They want to see technologies like this embraced and adopted, whether it's crypto and blockchain or AI. That's a consistent message I heard in all of my meetings over the last day or two.
Does that really contrast to what you're feeling in the U.S.?
Thanks for all the love that you showed my dad for his birthday. Let's get into the video!
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, you know it's the Crypto Teacher's birthday weekend. And I want to thank all those who showed the love this weekend. Keep it coming. But we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. And CME opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then, of course, once yield rates get to moving, we know it's going to move the market again. And the rest of this month, guys, we know is going to be super volatile. We have a lot of drama happening for the rest of this month. And that's the reason why we see the VIX becoming more and more active. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which on Friday were down. We have the dollar was up on Friday. And then right now we have volume and crypto down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $299 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And how soon things change. We know when it comes to Bitcoin, it was supposed to get rid of the politicians and the big banks. Now we see the big banks and the politicians taking over crypto, using the Hegelian dialectic. And we have crypto advocates to rally in Washington, D.C. alongside the chain smokers for upcoming Stand with Crypto Day. And now you see how they do it. Now you see how they stay in control. Remember, divide and conquer pushes the agenda, because while you see the two sides fighting, that allows the NWO to push their narrative and get their agenda through. It works every time. It is undefeated. And on Tuesday, we're going to have Trump versus Harris. So we know it's going to be a lot of entertainment. You know I'm going to bring you that video. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in the second video. But politicians are nothing but paid puppets. Their job is to divide the people, so therefore they can stay conquered. We know the President of the United States works for the banks, not the people. The President is chosen, not selected. And if anybody tries to dispute that, only thing you have to do is look at Harris. Look what they did with her. It is amazing what the people fall for. You can't make this stuff up. Remember, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And then, guys, we have the Fed, Jerome Powell in the House next week on the 18th, which is going to help to bring in all the volatility, because we know for a fact he's going to cut rates because this legacy economy is falling to pieces, but we know they have a solution. They're not telling the people the solution. Remember, they cause the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And the fact is that the sheep don't see the solution. So, of course, they're thinking, oh, this whole thing is about to collapse. But they're not knowing about this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over. Pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we see Coinbase already having these AIs paying each other with crypto. Guys, it's already here. The technology is here. We're not waiting on it. This is biblical. We're not waiting. It's already here. All they need is that crisis, and that's the reason why we hear the drums getting louder. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs were down on Friday at close. And getting over into a little crypto news, we have the CFTC files emergency motion to block Kalshi election betting contracts. And guys, we know again, that's just a movie. All these lawsuits, but we know the NWO loves the casinos. Why? Because the house always wins. And then lastly, guys, we have Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse predicts the rising demand for Japan's yen stablecoin. And we know this for a fact, guys. We saw the Japan leaders board to San Francisco planning out the fourth industrial revolution. And of course, Brad Garlinghouse knows all about the fourth industrial revolution. Remember, crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. These cryptos are for the machines, not you. Now machines have money, and they can run the total economy without a human involved. And we see all the NWO's agendas, carbon credits, CBDC platforms, anything you can imagine, custody for the fourth industrial revolution. Ripple has its hand in it, because Ripple is going to be nothing but a bank. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book Plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.